Hey, what's up, guys? So today I am not going to have a live instructional day. Yes, today there will be live class for attendance. So whenever the class starts, there is going to be a substitute that's going to ask you guys type here to be marked present. So make sure you guys still join in to the live session. This video is going to cover the lesson that was supposed to be taught today. Today, guys, I will be giving the sophomores the English 2-star. So my apologies, guys, but we still need to continue on because next week, Tuesday, remember, you have the Algebra 1 mock exam. So let me go ahead and get you guys ready. Today's lesson will cover key features of a linear, quadratic, and exponential functions. So let's go ahead and get started with today's lesson. So for a linear graph, they're going to be asking you guys about the x and y intercept. So y-intercept, guys, for y-intercept, 0 comes first, and then obviously your intercept. So by that understanding, a is gone, and that's whenever you look at the graph. Where did it cross on the y-axis? Right there at -2. Done. Let's go to the x-intercept. Here we go. So what is the x-intercept of this graph? Once again, guys, for the x-intercept, it's the x value and then 0. Just by knowing that, you can eliminate B and C. The answer is A. But of course, let's say you had two answer choices, it had a 0 on the y value. Just look at your graph and notice it intercepts at -4. That is my x-intercept. Okay, let's transition to the next one. On question number 3, what is the 0 of the graph? Guys, the following 3 words, I recommend you guys copy this into your packet. The words are 0, roots, and solutions. All 3 of those words are x-intercepts. So go ahead and copy this down into your notebook, guys. Please, all 3 of these words mean x-intercept. So right here, they're asking for the x-intercept. Right here, the answer is -6. All right, so let me go ahead and look at the next question. I believe we can skip 4A and 4B because we know what that is. Question 5, easy. They want an x-intercept at -4 and a y-intercept at -2. So let's look for the x-intercept at -4. There it is. And right here, it crosses at -2. Notice I'm going to go ahead and box both. Right here at -4. And then obviously right here at -2. A is your answer. And yes, it is that straightforward, guys. Now, last one for linear. So for the last question, let's look at number 6. Number 6 says a paper airplane was thrown from the top of a building. The height of the paper airplane can be found using the function y equals -3.5x plus 70, where x is the time in seconds the airplane has been in the air. So for this question, guys, pretty much they're asking you when did the plane hit the ground. In other words, it went to a complete stop. Whenever you hear complete stop, the number that should be popping into your head is 0. So when did that graph, or let me rephrase that, when did the paper airplane hit the ground? How long was it in the air? Whenever you get that type of question, calculator, that's your best friend. What I want you guys to do is turn it on, go to y equals. Here, you're going to go ahead and plug in the function -3.5x plus 70. Once you do that, hit second graph. So remember how I said a complete stop? That complete stop should be your y value because in the question, x is how many seconds. So you need to know how long it was in the air. So right here, just keep on messing with it. Notice how in the y1 the numbers are decreasing. So continue going down until you find 0 in the y1 and the y1 column. So keep on going down, and there it is. Here's my 0. What is to the left? 20. So it was in the air for 20 seconds. And done. All right, let's continue to the next. So for the next one, guys, we are going to be talking about key features of a quadratic. Now, of course, these are the bubble in guys. You bubble in the answers. So for this one, I'm just going to do one of them, which will be number 2. That is key features. What are key features? So key features, Vertex. Vertex, of course, write this down into your notebook as I'm saying it. Vertex is either the highest or lowest point in this parabola. Now, which one is it? Well, whenever it looks like an uppercase A, the vertex is always at the top, right here. That is my highest point, and it's located at 7 and 1. What is axis of symmetry? Axis of symmetry is whenever you cut your parabola in half, right down the line, right? That vertical line. What number does it go through? 7. And if you notice, that's your x value. Axis of symmetry is always x equals, and then 7. Then comes the y-intercept. Guys, in this graph, did it even touch the y-axis? No, it did not. So you're just going to write none. Solutions. Now, if you were to look at your notebooks, I told you guys solutions are your x-intercepts. So if you look, it touches at the x-axis right here and here. So my answers are 6 and 8. Finish. All right, guys, let me look at what else is going to be asked of you. Key features. All right, here is a good one. Number 4. Number 4, for this one, go ahead and write this down. You should always make this equal to 0. That's the only way you can get the answer. Make this equal to 0. So how do you do that? How do you cancel a positive 49? You subtract 49 from both sides. Once you do that, this cancels. X plus 6 squared minus 49. From here, your inner vertex form should come out. Now, what do I mean? H and K. H is always inside of the parentheses, and your K value is at the end. Now remember, from here, one of them is a liar, one tells you the truth. This is truth, and this is liar. So since H is a liar, if it's sending you positive 6, what's the opposite of positive 6? That is negative 6. Your K tells you the truth. What's my K? Negative 49. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is your vertex. Now, how do you get axis symmetry? If you were to remember, axis symmetry is your x value. Which one of these is your x value? Negative 6. That is your shortcut. Now, how do you get the y-intercept and the x-intercepts? Simple. The way you do that is your calculator. So let me go ahead and show you how to do that. Go ahead and go to y equals. Let me erase, and I'm going to plug in the new equation, which is right here. Parentheses x plus 6 squared minus 49. Once you do that, hit second graph. The y-intercept is easy. If you guys were to remember, the y-intercept 0 comes first. So let's look for a 0 on the x, and then there it is, 0 and negative 13. So this is 0 and negative 13. Now solutions, whenever it's a solution, that's your x-intercepts. That means you need to be looking for a 0 in your y1. And if you notice, there's one right there. So this one is going to be negative 1. Is it negative 1? Actually, my apologies. It is not. It's positive 1. So 1, and let's continue looking. If you notice, these numbers, they're increasing. So that means we got to go to the top. See how the negative numbers are going to start turning into positive shortly, and there it is. See? So this right here, ladies and gentlemen, is your other x-intercept, which is negative 13 and 0. So let me go ahead and write that down. So this is negative 13 and finished. All right, I believe that will complete it for quadratics. Let me go ahead and look at the rest. Let's see. That will definitely be it for quadratics. Now, for these guys, these are the give me questions. What do I mean by give me? As in give me those type of questions. They will give you an equation, and they will give you a lot of graphs. In this case, there's only 2. So whenever they're asking you which graph represents this equation, guys, it's called a graphing calculator. Go ahead and let that do the work for you. So go to y equals, type in the equation, 2 parentheses 5. Now this is exponential, guys. So look at where the x is located. The x is located at the top. So raise it to the power of x, hit graph. Now the only thing I will tell you guys, look at the scaling. They're going by tens, they're going by tens. And if you notice, your y-intercept should be at 2. So if you notice, this one is at 10. This one looks like it's at 2. The answer is 8. All right. If you look at number 2, same thing. Just graph it and compare. Then comes 4 and 5. So guys, for these, which one of them is true? That means 3 of them are lying. One tells you the answer. Guys, take it one step at a time. So whenever you have these questions, calculate. Go ahead and find out because it's talking about x-intercepts, y-intercept, a point. So let the calculator do the work. Go to y equals. Go ahead and plug in 4 parentheses 2 to the power of x. Hit graph, and then let's find out. Well, not graph. My apologies. Well, either way, we can see the graph. All right. So let's hit second graph because we want to look at the table. So second and graph. There it is. And then it says the x coordinates are 2 and 0. So let's go to 2. See if 2 is at 0. 2 is definitely not at 0. So A is not your answer. So let's look at B. It says the coordinates of the y-intercept are 0, 4. Let's look. And ladies and gentlemen, look at that. It is. So the answer to number 4, B. Just do process of elimination, guys. As soon as you eliminate one, the other should be lined up. Let the table do it for you. And then let's close out with number 5. So for number 5, guys, easy. Let me go ahead and go to y equals. Now, on this one, they're asking which one is not true. So in other words, 3 of them are telling you the truth, one of them isn't. So they gave you the equation. Here's 9 parentheses. So a fraction, guys. A fraction is a division. So in the calculator, it's 2 divided by 5. Closed and raised to the power of x. Now let's go ahead and figure out how this graph looks like. Let's see. So let's graph it because the first one says it has no x-intercepts. Let's see if that's true. Let's see if it even touches the x-axis. If we look, guys, it clearly touches the x-axis. The graph doesn't have x-intercepts. It does have x-intercepts. It's lying to you. The answer is A. And that will be it, guys. That's it for today. I know there were some questions I skipped over, but mostly everything that is important, I have answered it. So for today, guys, watch this video. Give me a like. No, I'm just playing. But watch the video. It's going to give you all the instructions on how to answer today's hub assignment. So if you do go to the hub, there will be a hub assignment that is called Key Features of a Linear, Quadratic, and Exponential. It is now active. So as soon as you see this video, go ahead and answer those questions. It is 11 and it will be for a grade. I'll see you guys until tomorrow. Please join into the live session. You are going to have a substitute, but the substitute is only going to take attendance. So make sure you type in here and that'll be it. You guys have a great rest of the day. Bye.